When Chi Wang woke up, the outside quarrel had ended, the messy footsteps outside the room gradually faded away, and silence was restored outside the ward. Chi Lan raised his hand and rubbed his eyebrows, glanced at the luxurious ward he was in, and when he closed his eyes, he began to receive the memory of the original owner. It is 2008, and the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games has just been held. The original owner's hometown is in the northwestern rural area. He has 3 older sisters. He is the youngest son in the family. The original owner, who was born in a mountain village, entered the Aoki University in Beijing with his excellent grades. The original owner has always been very clear about what he wants, so after entering the talented Aoki University, he has never relaxed himself, and still studies hard. Later, the original owner rescued him because of an accident. Kaihuyu, a beautiful rich daughter. Chi Kaihuyu took the initiative to the handsome and outstanding Yuan. Since then, he has been chasing after the original owner. The original owner, who has never been in love, is soon moved by Chi Kaihuyu. 4 years later, the original master married Chi Kaihuyu after graduating from university. In the mouths of outsiders, the original owner is a phoenix man leaning on the thigh of a woman. If it were not for Chi Kaihuyu, the original owner would not be able to enter the upper circle at all. Those people did not speak nicely. These original owners are also very guilty, but the original owners don't care about these words, and they still live step by step according to their own plans. After marrying Chi Kaihuyu, the original owner did not give up his studies. He was admitted to Aoki University as a graduate student and continued to study. However, there are unforeseen circumstances and disasters for people. When the original postgraduate student was about to graduate, Chi Kaihoyu's parents suffered a car accident and died after the rescue failed. The death of Chi Kaihoyu's parents had a great impact on the Chi group. Chi Kaihoyu, who had never been in contact with company affairs, could not hold down the old fox below, and the entire Chi group was in trouble in the midst of drifting. It was about to fall apart. At this moment, the original owner resolutely ended his studies and entered the Chi group. As Chi Kaihoyu's husband, he took the position of president and re-established the Chi group's position. Take control in your hands. The original owner showed amazing business talent. In just a few years, the Chi group, which was originally a midstream company, has become the industry leader. In the following years, with the efforts of the original owner, the Chi group has become a behemoth, and the Chi family has become a top-class family. The original owner's life is very complete. If he and Chi Kaihoyu's only son Chi Zi and adopted daughter Chi Xiao were not mixed together, his life would have been so complete. After Chi Kaihoyu gave birth to Chi Zi, she hurt her body. She was a woman who liked children very much. When Chi Zi was 2 years old, they went to an orphanage to adopt Chi Xiao. Chi Zi and Chi Xiao didn't remember anything at that time, so they didn't know that they were actually not brothers and sisters. At the time, Chi Zi suddenly said that he was going to be with Chi Xiao. The original owner couldn't accept it for a while, so he flatly rejected Chi Zi's request. However, after everything was rejected by the original owner, he took a very strange path. First, Chi Kaihoyu, who originally had a good relationship with the original owner, proposed to divorce the original owner on the grounds that the two had a breakdown in their relationship. And Chi Zi and Chi Xiao also stood on Chi Kaihoyu's side, supported Chi Kaihoyu's divorce from the original owner, and Bai Kaihujiang, who was loyal to the original owner, kept persuading the original owner and let the original owner let him go. Chi Kaihoyu, who has no feelings for him. The original owner tried to have a good chat with Chi Kaihoyu in order to solve the misunderstanding between the two. However, Chi Kaihoyu, who has a soft temper and has always been good at talking, has an extremely tough attitude this time and insists on following the original owner divorced, and when the original owner was still working hard to repair the relationship between the two, he resolutely hired the most famous divorce lawyer in the industry to handle the divorce between the two. Chi Kaihoyu chose to appeal the divorce. Then Chi Kaihuyu convened a general meeting of shareholders as the company's largest shareholder, and kicked the original owner from the position of executive president on the grounds that the original owner caused huge losses to the company. It was not until this time that the original owner discovered that when he did not know, someone bought the land development community in the east of the city in his own name. As a result, the ancient tomb was dug out during the development of the community. The project was halted urgently. Because of this incident, the company lost billions of dollars overnight. Chi Kaihuyu used this incident as an excuse to not only remove him from the position of the original chief executive officer, but also kick him out of the board of directors. Chi Kaihuyu is vigorous, with one ring, and starts to target the original owner at all times. After the original owner is kicked out, she then uses the name of having a good talk with Chi Wang, deliberately drunk the original owner, invited a few ladies to come over, took a set of unsightly photos, and before the original owner woke up, these photos were given to the media. When the original owner wakes up, the formerly high-ranking President Chi has become a character like a rat crossing the street. Chi Kaihuyu held a press conference to accuse the original owner of being unfaithful to the marriage, and that he was irritable, and treated his wife and children domestically when he did not agree. Chi Zi and Chi Xiaohu also participated in the press release. Yes, the two revealed the scars left on their bodies as evidence to prove that Chi Kaihuyu's words were not wrong. How good was the reputation of the original owner, but how bad it is now. He lost his identity as the president of Chi, and was stamped as a domestic violence man, and his past was also revealed. He came out of the countryside and was characterized as a phoenix man. He relied on his wife to become a phoenix man. After he became famous, he did such a frenzied thing to his wife. Chi Wang became a rat crossing the street and everyone shouted, and his marriage with Chi Kaihuyu was completely dissolved. It was not until after the divorce that the original owner found out that he did not have any property in his name, and the deposits in his bank card were all gone. At this time, except for the 500 left in his wallet apart from the yuan, there is nothing else. The original owner can't figure out why Chi Kaihuyu is so cruel. He has never done anything to sorry Chi Kaihuyu. The two have been married for many years, and he has never violated Chi Kaihuyu's meaning. The only time with Chi Kaihuyu the difference of opinion is the marriage of Chi Zi and Chi Xiaohu. Because of this, will Chi Kaihuyu kill him? The original owner did not know, but half a year later, he understood why Chi Kaihuyu was so cruel. Chi Kaihuyu took the Chi group and married Bai Kaihujiang, the original confidant of the original owner. The original owner saw Chi Zi and Chi Xiaohu on the big screen accompanied by Bai Kaihujiang and Chi Kaihuyu as the best man and bridesmaid. After they exchanged rings, the two changed their mouths and shouted. Bai Kaihujiang called out his father. The original owner is a very smart person. At that moment, the fog cleared and the original owner saw the truth of the matter. Kiz is the son of Bai Kaihujiang. After guessing the possibility, the original owner did not go crazy. In order to be 100% sure, he took them and his hair for a paternity test. The firm result soon came out. Bai Kaihujiang is indeed Chi Zi's biological father. All the puzzles have been solved. Sadly, the original owner recalled the past, but found nothing wrong. Bai Kaihujiang has always been loyal to him. When Chi Kaihuyu was arguing about divorcing him, Bai Kaihujiang also stood by his side and supported him, even after he was cleansed out. After the household, he provided him with a place to live, gave him financial support, and helped him through the most difficult period. The original owner is very grateful to Bai Kaihujiang. After tasting the warm feelings, Bai Kaihujiang's friendship is even more commendable. But it turns out that all this is just a ridiculous scam. He is manipulated like a jumping clown. His marriage, his brotherhood, his father-son relationship, everything is fake. The original owner calmly purchased some special materials, made them into bombs, and then went to the homes of Bai Kaihujiang and Chi Kaihuyu, which was also his home. That night was Chi Kaiyu's birthday. Chi Zi and Chi Xiaohu both came to celebrate her birthday, and the original owner arrived at this time. The bomb he carefully crafted was so powerful that the entire villa was turned into dust, and there was no dead residue left in the villa. Memory transmission is complete. Task: change the fate of the original owner, transform the scum group of 4. Qi Wang opened his eyes, and the blue veins on his forehead couldn't help but jump. He is not the original owner, and he does not have those feelings of the original owner, so he does not evaluate whether his actions are right or wrong. But if you change to be yourself, his wife who has always been in a good relationship has long given him a green hat. The son who has raised for more than 20 years is not his own, and his loyal subordinates have always been firm. I gave him a green hat, and his wife an adulterer gang up and ruined him. Qi Wang felt that if he experienced these things, he would not easily let go of those people, but there are tens of thousands of ways to retaliate. Using his own life to retaliate is the least worthwhile. Thanks to the helplessness, the key is that those behaviors are still illegal. Qi Wang entered the time when Qi Zi said to be with Qi Xiaohu, because he disagreed, Qi Kaiyu made a fuss to divorce him. Speaking of Qi Wang, the reason why he would lie in the hospital has nothing to do with Qi Kaiyu and Bai Kaijiang. I begged Qi Wang, hoping that he would allow her to be with Qi Zi. However, when Qi Zi came out to see this scene, he misunderstood that Qi Wang cried Qi Xiaohu. He shouted at Qi Wang and asked why Qi Wang bullied Qi Xiaohu. And Qi Xiaohu was frightened by this scene. While crying, she persuaded Qi Zi not to be angry with Qi Wang. Everything was her fault. On the other hand, she told Qi Wang that Qi Zi was too bad. I was so impulsive after worrying about her, and I hope Qi Meng will not blame him. It's okay if she didn't persuade him. With such persuasion, Qi Zi even believed that Qi Wang was bullying Qi Xiaohu. His brain became hot as if he was going forward to act on Qi Xiaohu. Qi Xiaohu was terrified. He gave Qi Wang a push without thinking. However, the place where Qi Xiaohu stopped Qi Xiaohu was at the top of the stairs. Qi Xiaohu did not guard against Qi Xiaohu. When she pushed him like this, the whole person lost control and rolled down the stairs. After that, Qi Wang was sent to the hospital. President Qi, are you okay? I came over when I heard that you were hospitalized. The doctor said that you were just traumatized. How do you feel? Is there any discomfort? Do you need to do it? A detailed inspection. Just as Qi Wang was thinking about what to do next, the door of the ward was pushed open from the outside, and a tall man walked in from the outside, and the others had not yet arrived. The voice has come in, and it sounds like he is extremely concerned about him. Qi Wang raised his eyebrows and looked up calmly. The person who came in was Bai Kaijiang, Qi Wang's confidant and his son's father. At this point in time, Bai Kaijiang knew that Qi Kaiyu had filed for divorce with Qi Wang. The main purpose of coming here this time is to persuade Qi Wang and get him to agree to divorce Qi Kaiyu. Qi Wang looked at the tall and handsome man in front of him, and confronted the person in his memory. In fact, Qi Wang's skin is also very handsome. He has a handsome face and elegant temperament. If someone who does not know him meets him, he will never be contacted by the president of a large company. Together, he looks more like a professor than a businessman. Compared with Bai Kaijiang, who is full of tendons, such Qi Wang lacks the so-called masculinity. The man in front of him has been with Qi Wang for nearly 20 years and has been helping him wholeheartedly. He has never failed the trust of the original owner. Without his help, the original owner will implement many things. It's not that easy. He was the person Qi Wang trusted the most, but in the end he hurt Qi Wang the most. Looking at the worried Bai Kaijiang in front of him, if it weren't for those memories, Qi Wang would be fooled by him. I am not afraid of the scum who has the ability, but the scum has the acting skills. If his acting skills were not comparable to the movie king, the original owner would not have been so miserable by him. Kaijiang, here you are, the injuries on my body are all right, but in my heart. Qi Wang said, his voice lowered, and his face showed a deep sadness. This president who was stunned in the mall seems to be omnipotent, but at this time it is fragile. A child. Bai Kaihujiang has never seen this kind of Qi Wang. He has always been strong, as if nothing can beat him down. Even more than 10 years ago, he took over as president without any experience. When faced with the chase and interception of the old foxes on the board of directors, he did not show any vulnerability. But now just because Qi Kaihuyu proposed to divorce him, he has revealed his most vulnerable side, hiding his most unwillingness to be seen. Seeing Qi Wang like this, Bai Kaihujiang's eyes darkened. He originally thought that Qi Wang was a mountain that could never be surpassed, but he did not expect that such a character would be trapped by the love of his children. However, Qi Wang has always been like this. Although he is the president of the Qi Group, he has turned the Qi Group into a behemoth, but he has only 2% of the shares in his hand. All the shares are in Qi Kaihuyu's hands. The real estate they have purchased in these years are all in Qi Kaihuyu's name. The only thing that belongs to Qi Kaihuyu is the money in his private account, which is even a fraction of the assets in Qi Kaihuyu's hands. Nothing. If it were him, he had controlled the Qi Group for so many years, and he would never allow himself to hold only such a thing. Bai Kaihujiang felt that Qi Wang, although smart, was too naive, but if it weren't for his character, they really couldn't deal with him. Bai Kaihujiang sat down next to Qi Wang. He reached out and patted Qi Wang's shoulder, and said with a heavy tone, "I understand your mood, but I think it might be a good thing for you to separate. You have been with Qiu Yu for so many years, she has long been inseparable from you, now she is confused for a while, when you leave her, she will think of you, after all, no one in this world treats her better than you, even better, Qiu Yu will think about it clearly, and the Qi Group can't do without you. Trust me and also believe in Qiu Yu's affection. I agree to the divorce. Perhaps you calm down and find out, what, do you agree to a divorce?" Bai Kaihujiang wanted to continue to persuade him, but when he heard Qi Wang say that he agreed to the divorce, Bai Kaihujiang's face showed a look of astonishment. He didn't believe that Qi Wang had agreed to the divorce so easily. Isn't Qi Kaihuyu still saying that Qi Wang did not agree to divorce? If it wasn't because Qi Kaihuyu couldn't fix Qi Wang, he wouldn't have come to persuade Qi Wang. How could he know that he hadn't said anything yet? Qi Wang would have already let go. This seems a little different from what you imagined. The corner of Qi Wang's eyes swept across Bai Kaihujiang's face, and he did not miss the look of astonishment on his face. Are you surprised or surprised? He didn't need to persuade him at all, and he didn't use the methods they used to make them so that he agreed to the divorce. He is such a sweet man. The atmosphere in the ward was a bit strange. Bai Kaihujiang quickly sorted out his emotions. President Qi, have you considered it? He still doesn't quite believe it. He feels that it is not so easy for Qi to give up Qi Kaihuyu, and put his feelings aside. Holding Qi Kaihuyu is equivalent to holding the Qi Group. Qi Wang is really willing to give up what he is now. Wealth and status? It is natural to make a full set of acting. Qi Wang knows what Bai Kaihujiang wants to see. He sighed, and his head is lowered deeply, his tone is full of frustration and helplessness. I love Kaihuyu. After so many years of marriage, I have never violated her meaning. Since the divorce is what she wants, then I will naturally fulfill her. Is his affection for Qi Kaihuyu so deep? Bai Kaihujiang understands Qi Wang. He is a man who must do what he says. Now that he agrees to divorce, there will be no more surprises. President Qi, don't worry, when Qiu Yu wants to understand, she will come back to you. Qi Wang didn't speak, but the decadence on his body became more intense. Obviously, he didn't have much hope for Qi Kaihuyu's return to him. Bai Kaihujiang knew that it was useless to persuade him. He accompanied Qi Wang to sit in the ward for a while, and only left when the nurse came to round up the ward. Kaihujiang, Tell Chu Yu, let her visit me tomorrow, let's discuss the divorce. Bai Kaihujiang nodded and asked Chi Wang to take a good rest, and then left the ward. When he drove out of the hospital, Bai Kaihujiang called Chi Kaihuyu. Chu Yu, Chi Wang agreed to the divorce, and the next step of the plan can be omitted. Bai Kaihujiang still has some feelings for Chi Wang. Since Chi Wang agreed to the divorce, he will not force him to death. Chi Kaihu over there doesn't know what he said. Bai Chujiang said a few more words to her, and then hung up the phone. Bai Kaihujiang, who put down the phone, looked at the vehicles coming and going on the street, and the corners of his mouth rose uncontrollably. After so many years of careful layout, it is finally time to harvest. Early the next morning, Chi Kaihuyu came to the ward. At this time, Chi Wang was sitting on the bed and reading. He was wearing a pair of gold-rimmed glasses and slender white fingers. Turning the pages of the book, he seemed to have taken a look at it, and he didn't notice that there was an extra person in the room. Chi Kaihuyu stood by the bed, looking at the quietly reading man on the bed, with a complex expression in his eyes. After so many years of marriage, the years did not seem to leave any trace on Chi Wang. What Chi Kaihuyu once liked the most was the bookishness of Chi Wang. She remembered when she ran after Chi Wang when she was young at the time. I remembered the faint scent of ink that belonged to him that she was leaning on in Chi Wang's arms. Those past feelings poured into Chi Kaihuyu's heart. When facing Chi Wang, her tone could not help but soften. After all, this is the man she really loved, since he has already she agreed to the divorce, and she didn't need to attack him again. Chi Wang. After hearing this familiar voice, Chi Wang's body trembled, and his hand could not help but let go. The book originally held in his hand also fell on the quilt, but as if he hadn't noticed it, he still looked at Chi Kaihuyu idiotically. Chi Kaihuyu avoided his gaze somewhat unnaturally, and said in a low voice, "I heard that you agreed to a divorce." After hearing this sentence, the light in Chi Wang's eyes dimmed and turned into a deadly color. He pushed his glasses, and soon his emotions were reduced. He only said one word and didn't speak again. Chi Kaihuyu didn't know what to say, and the atmosphere in the ward became more and more embarrassing. In the end, Chi Kaihuyu hardened his heart and handed out the divorce agreement to Chi Wang. Chi Wang took a look and found that according to this divorce agreement, he basically left the house, except for the 10 million deposits in his account. He had nothing. However, the prerequisite for him to get the 10 million is to transfer the shares in his own hands to Chi Kaihuyu, and he also has to resign from the position of executive president of the Chi Group. Compared with their previous practice of killing them all, this time they are still talking about conscience. Chi Wang did not say much to Chi Kaihuyu, and signed his name on this divorce agreement. Autumn rain. Chi Wang looked at Chi Kaihuyu with a sad face, and just wanted to say something, but Chi Kaihuyu didn't give him a chance at all. In the afternoon, I will ask the lawyer to come over. You have signed the equity transfer agreement, and the position of the CEO is also given to Ace. When you are discharged from the hospital, we will go through the divorce procedures. For the sake of the court, I will pay the hospitalization fee for you. Please take a good rest. As if he was afraid that Chi Wang would stop calling herself, Chi Kaihuyu said a lot of words, then left a sentence of hello, take a good rest, and then turned and walked away. The door to the ward was closed, and the sadness and despair on Chi Wang's face disappeared. Well, I didn't expect that acting in a play would prevent the opponent from killing him. Such a situation is extremely beneficial to Chi Wang. All he has to do now is to take a good rest. Take care of your body as soon as possible. As for Bai Kaihujiang and the group, sooner or later he will be able to take care of them. A few days later, Chi Wang was discharged from the hospital, and after going through the divorce procedures with Chi Kaihuyu, he took the 10 million he had received and left in a cool manner. The news of the resignation of the CEO of the Chi Group could not be kept for long, and the news of Chi Kaihuyu and Chi Wang's divorce soon broke out. Qi Group change of owner. Qi Wang divorce news soon dominated the front page headlines of major newspapers. At the same time, an Up owner named Expectation was also at Station B posted a video. Up Bishop, you are a robot. Chen Yang is a sophomore at the University of Science and Technology. A few days ago, he participated in a study group to make robots to participate in the national robot competition held by the University of Science and Technology next year. The first place in the national robot competition will receive a prize of 300,000 yuan. In addition, if a student of this school wins, points can be added when taking the master's degree. For this reason, almost all the students in the computer science department in the school formed a research team and started making robots. Although those who can be admitted to the University of Science and Technology are the proud of heaven, even among the proud of heaven, there are high and low points. Chen Ming and his group are under great pressure. Chen Ming is responsible for this part of the robot programming. All the action instructions are completed by him. Their robot has a prototype, but his programming is not going well. After another failure, Chen Yang irritably closed the programming interface and opened Station B. He has to watch some sand sculpture videos to relax, or else his brain has to explode. When Chen Yang opened the B station, he saw the Up Bishop, you are a robot at a glance. This video has only been released for 3 hours and has more than 300,000 views, making it the first place in the popularity rankings. Chen Yang glanced at the name of Lord Up with some surprise, expecting. This name is very unfamiliar. Chen Yang has never seen it before. Curious in his heart, he clicked on the video easily. The 4 of them are busy making a robot, and he is going to be bald, but he wants to see what the master can make. After the video was opened, a magnetic sound came out of the speaker. How to make a robot? First of all you need 10 million. Puff. After hearing these words, the sip of water that Chen Yang had just drunk burst out suddenly. There are many people who have the same reaction as Chen Yang. The first sentence of the Up Master attracted the attention of a large number of people, and the entire screen was swiped by these barrage ha 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 ha. 10 million people, what can I do badly? Why learn to be a robot? Up, you wake up, not everyone has 10 million. Up, please be realistic, please. Looking at the barrage quickly sliding across the screen, Chen Yang silently took out a paper towel to dry the water stains on the computer screen. I originally thought it was a technology stream, but it was a sand sculpture stream. It can be said that the first Up of 10 million will definitely not be a big technology stream. But you think about it, which technology leader will post videos on this kind of video site? Just as Chen Yang wanted to close this video, the nice male voice spoke again. Secondly, you have to have an artificial intelligence. Chen Yang shook his hand, the video did not close, but closed the full screen ha 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 barrage. The first thing Chen Yang saw was a blue figure with a palm half high. He was taken aback for a moment. When he saw that figure, his eyes instantly widened. There is no other reason, the image of this blue villain is so familiar to him. The iconic frizzy hair and the lively expression are clearly Einstein. No, how could Einstein become a slapped villain? Chen Yang was completely stunned, and then he heard the familiar voice unhurriedly and said, "Little AI, open the design." Chen Yang. What the is Xiao AI? Just when he was messy in the wind, he saw the slap big figure spinning around on the table, and then lying on his back on the table, followed by a virtual robot model appeared in midair. Is he really watching funny videos instead of movie special effects? What the is this? Holographic projection? Chen Yang quickly calmed down after the shock. He felt that this must be a video made by some special effects boss. To be honest, if domestic movies have such special effects, why worry about the rise of domestic blockbusters? He is here to relax, and it's not bad to see how the tech streamers show off their technology. Thinking about this, Chen Yang kept watching. The host of Up did not show up. Chen Yang saw his hands poking in from the outside of the screen, and his hands were placed on the virtual robot. The original robot instantly dispersed, and the internal structure was all revealed. The so-called insiders watch the doorway, and the outsiders watch the excitement. Just now, Chen Yang, who thought this was a special effects boss showing off his skills, suddenly sat up. This is... At the same time, many people have seen this video. The big guy was attracted by the words of the up owner, first you have to have 10 million, and then you saw the little love made by the up owner. Classmate. When the little blue man came out, a series of barrage floated ha 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 ha. God's IOI classmate, the boss never thought that one day he would have such a name. Up is a treasure boy, so interesting and talented boys are rare. How do you know if it's a boy or a bad old man? Lord Up hasn't shown up yet. How can someone with such an interesting soul be a bad old man? Everyone does not believe that the teaching of the big guy Up to make robots is true, even if he introduced in detail the functions that the robots he made will have, and let the virtual robots in the screen do there were various demonstrations, and no one believed it. However, although the audience who came in felt that the masters of Up made robots fake, they all agreed that the masters of Up was a very powerful special effects boss. After all, the special effects pictures he showed in the video are comparable to the blockbuster movies of M, so people can't see any falsehood at all. If the current science is not enough to support this three-dimensional holographic stereoscopic projection technology, I would definitely think that what the Up Master said is true. When I heard Master Up said that it would cost 10 million to make a robot, I knew what he said was not true. But the special effects of the big guys are really good, and there is no falsehood at all. If I have this kind of technology, where will I fail? Anyway, the boss deserves our knees. This video quickly became popular, and the number of views is getting bigger and bigger. Everyone who has watched it praises the special effects technology of the main, but no one discusses the design drawings and designs he gave idea. Everyone thinks that it is also a special effects person. They are all keen to discuss Xiao AI and the realistic projection of the robot, but they did not expect that the idea he proposed is completely feasible. When Chen Yang closed the video, the whole person was dizzy. At this time, the programming that could not be carried out was also new ideas. He seems to know where he went wrong before. Guide to the Abuse of Scum at Full Level Quick, where the Qi Group is now a behemoth. Although there was some turbulence due to Qi Wang's departure, Qi Kaihuyu soon convened a general meeting of shareholders and pushed her and Qi Wang's only son Qi Ziyi after taking the position of CEO. Qi Ziyi pushed forward several projects and achieved good results. The shareholders who were a little uneasy because of Qi Wang's departure gradually stopped thinking. They saw the shadow of Qi Wang from Qi Ziyi. Although his current methods are slightly immature, in time, Qi Ziyi will definitely become a qualified decision maker. No one in this world is indispensable, even if it is Qi Wang, who developed the Qi Group to the current president. Qi Ziyi is no less inferior to his ability to make these directors thoroughly. Don't worry, no one is mentioning the sad thing. After all, Qi Wang is only the CEO. He does not have any shares in his hands. After leaving the Qi Group, even if he is capable, he will not be taken seriously. Besides, Qi Wang is 45 years old. With only the ability but no money and personal connections, it is basically impossible for him to stand up again. The turmoil in the Qi Group soon calmed down. For the people below, it makes no difference whether the president is Qi Wang or Qi Ziyi. The newspapers will soon disappear about the Qi Group. News. Qi Ziyi is sitting in the spacious office, looking at the scenery outside the French windows. The smile on his face becomes bigger and bigger. The former Qi Wang was like an unattainable mountain. When facing him, Qi Ziyi was full of pressure. Even if he knew that the other party was his father, he still could not raise a trace of Qi Wang. The meaning of closeness. Especially in the past 2 years, Qi Ziyi joined the Qi Group. Originally, Qi Kaihuyu meant that he should start directly from the position of vice president, but Qi Wang asked him to work in the following department. Department Manager. At that time, Chi Zi felt a little unhappy in his heart, feeling that this father did not have any trust in him. After that, in everything he did, Qi Huang was able to pick up the mistakes, as if he had nothing to satisfy him. Qi Zi felt more and more unhappy, and finally even hated Qi Huang. Qi Huang was the president of the company when he was 25 years old. He also made mistakes and made wrong decisions when he was young. How could he not tolerate it when he got to him? Qi Zi felt that Qi Huang didn't like his son. The last thing that overwhelmed Qi Zi was the matter between him and Qi Xiaoyu. At that time, Qi Huang's reaction was so great that he even blurted out the words to get him out of Qi house. From that moment on, Qi Zi completely gave up on Qi Huang. Qi Huang is just a phoenix man holding his mother's thigh. Everything he has today depends on Qi Kaiyu. His surname is his mother, and he is the person most qualified to inherit the Qi group. Why does Qi Huang treat him like this? So when Qi Kaiyu said that she wanted to divorce Qi Huang, Qi Zi did not object. Qi Kaiyu divorced Qi Huang, and he took the position of president of the Qi group. No one knew how happy Qi Zi was at this moment. The several projects he selected have brought huge benefits to the Qi group even if these projects were previously selected by Qi Huang but did not implement them. No matter what, Qi Zi settled down on Qi. The position of group president, although other people still call him President Qi after he went out, the meaning of the same name is very different. The mountain has fallen, and now he is the insurmountable mountain. Mr. Qi, this is the information you want. The young male secretary walked in with a pile of documents and handed it to Qi Zi. Qi Zi didn't even look at him. After taking the information, he waved at him to signal him to go out. The secretaries who followed Qi Huang were all replaced by Qi Zi. These new secretaries were chosen by Qi Xiaoyu. They are all men and look ordinary, but their abilities are not bad. Qi Zi kept them. The information in his hand is about Qi Huang. The secretary is very careful. The news in the past few months after Qi Huang left the Qi group is written in detail in the information. Qi Zi never contacted him after Qi Huang left. As the president of the Qi group, he is very busy. How can there be time to take care of this father who has left Qi family? The reason why the secretary was asked to investigate Qi Huang was because Qi Xiao raised a mouth with him, saying that Qi Huang had become the host of a video website. It's ridiculous that the former president of a listed group actually went to be an up host for people's pleasure. If it weren't because Qi Huang had not shown his face, Qi Zi would have let that video network block Qi Huang's video. How could he have a father who is for fun as the chief executive of a listed group? Qi Zi quickly read the stack of materials and confirmed that Qi Huang is indeed focusing on some robots. Qi Zi no longer pays attention. There are only 10 million in the left and right Qi Huang hands. When the money in his hands is all lost, he will not continue to toss. To make a robot far beyond this era? Haha, it's just a dream. Qi Zi feels that Qi Huang is always confused now, just tossing about. What kind of threat would such a person pose to him? Fucking and Bai Kaihujiang are just worrying. Of course, Qi Huang knows that someone is investigating himself, but he has already put everything on the surface. The number of people watching his video has reached more than 10 million. You can investigate this kind of information casually. Everyone knows that since he dared to let it go, then naturally he is not afraid of people coming to investigate him. After uploading the video recorded today, Qi Huang shut down the computer and looked at the robot in front of him. He has completed all the main parts of the robot. It is enough to put the power system in tomorrow. Qi Huang asked Xiao AI to finally debug the data and confirm that there were no errors before returning to the room to rest. Tomorrow is the time to show the results. Where should he go to show it? Chen Yang opened the desired homepage again, and when he saw the newly updated video, Chen Yang's hand shook, not sure whether he wanted to open the video. In the past 5 months, the expected Up Master has updated 20 videos, and he also watched the Up Master gradually turn the concept map of the robot into in-kind. Hope is now the hottest special effects up host on Station B, and his fans are also for his extremely realistic special effects. Almost every issue of the video, the Up owner can play new tricks. Chen Yang still remembers that in the previous video, the Up owner made a mistake, and the robot's body parts were messed up in the room. Flying scene. Everything is so lifelike as if it happened. Chen Yang thought these were all special effects at first, but as the experiment progressed, he discovered something extremely scary. The robot made by the other party does not seem to be presented with special effects. Chen Yang gritted his teeth and opened the video when he thought that this issue would show the finished robots. Then he saw that the screen was full of words like "giving knees to the boss." Guide to the abuse of scum at full level quick, where the main video of this up is basically like this. It's either a knee or a big guy breaking off, or else it's a full screen ha 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 ha. Chen Yang is used to it. These barrages were tightly covered, and only the voice of Lord Up could be heard, but he could not see what he was doing. Every time you give a knee to a big guy to swipe the screen, the Up Master will have some show operations, but I don't know what he did this time. Chen Yang took a deep breath and closed the barrage, and the iconic blue love classmate instantly caught his eye. We have completed the main body of the robot. Today, you will do the power system. With the voice of the Up Master, Xiao AI projected a complex three-dimensional figure in the air, and the dense formula instantly filled the whole picture. Chen Yang. To be reasonable, although Chen Yang has already chased up all the videos of Master Up in one episode, he does not know much about the Master Up who is called Expectation. He always has a variety of show operations. Sometimes you feel that he really made these things, and sometimes people think that he is really just a special effects boss, that's it. This densely packed formula did not appear for a long time, and then Xiao AI turned off the projection, and then the voice of the Up Master rang again. Because the Patriot 1 has too strong functionality, the current power and energy systems on the market cannot support its long-term operation, so we will personally make an energy system for it today. As the voice of the Up Master fell, the robotic arm next to the workbench began to be assembled. During this period, the Up Master did not speak, only the robotic arm made a clicking sound when it was assembled. Slowly, the so-called power energy system slowly revealed its rudiment, and Chen Yang's eyes became wider and wider. 10 minutes later, a familiar power energy system appeared on the workbench. Chen Yang. The Master Up rang with a faint smile. Arc reactor is complete. Chen Yang. God reactor, isn't this Up Master really assing them? After completing the production of the arc reactor, Up dropped a sentence to test the Patriot 1 tomorrow, and ended this video. The expression on Chen Yang's face was a little tranced. He felt that he must have just had a hallucination. Otherwise, how could he see this Up Master making the arc reactor in full view? He replayed the video unbelief, but this time, Chen Yang chose to open the barrage. As the video progresses, the barrage on the screen is also changing. Ha 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 ha, God fuck arc reaction furnace, laughed to death. If I hadn't watched Steelman, I must have believed in the evil of Up Master. Because of me, there was a bit of belief before that the Lord Up is really making a robot. What is the arc reactor? Let's guess how many special effects the Up Master did today. I'll pay $1. That mechanical arm and the so-called arc reactor must be special effects pictures. Up Master is really serious and funny, and his acting skills can take the golden figure. Think carefully, do you think that Lord Up really made the arc reactor and Patriot 1? However, this barrage was soon suppressed by other barrage. Everyone is boasting that the special effects of the main Up are becoming more and more realistic, and the acting skills are getting better and better, and they say that if you have with this treasure Up Master, you can definitely produce a blockbuster special effects that does not lose to M Country. At first, Chen Yang's heart was still a little swayed, but after seeing these barrages, he slowly became firm. With the current science and technology, it is absolutely impossible to make the arc reactor. The Up Master is probably sensationalizing. Although he thought so, Chen Yang couldn't help but want to watch this video again. Just when he was about to reopen the video, he walked over with a roommate from his group and patted him on the shoulder vigorously. Lao Chen, the robot contest will start the day after tomorrow. Let's go to the final debugging. Why are you still in the mood to watch the video here? After nearly half a year of preparation, their robot has been successfully produced. The performance of this robot is much better than before. The people in Chen Yang and his group are confident that they feel that this year it is very likely to win the national championship. Seeing that Chen Yang did not move, the roommate glanced at his screen. When he saw the familiar name, the roommate was a bit speechless. Lao Chen, are you not? At this time, you still watch this special effects up master video? When Chen Yang heard this, he subconsciously refuted, he is not. The roommate interrupted him before he finished speaking. What is it? He is not a special effects up master, can he really make a robot? Do you think it is possible? Chen Yang did not speak, in fact, until now, he is still not sure what way this up master is. When he thinks this up is really a robot boss, his operations that are completely inconsistent with the current scientific development make him feel that he is really just a special effects boss. But if he is just a special effects boss, there are also dry goods in the content he teaches. Their robot is so perfect this time, part of the reason is that Chen Yang followed the up master the idea to write programming. But that arc reactor. Don't think about it, follow me to do the final debugging, when we win, do what you want. The roommate said, dragging Chen Yang away. They still have their own things to do, how can they spare time to watch a video showing off special effects people here? Chen Yang has been busy doing the final debugging of the robot, adjusting their robots to the most perfect state as much as possible. After getting up so busy, he did not have a moment to rest. After returning to the dormitory falling asleep, I forgot the thing about the up main debugging robot. The next day, Chen Yang got up early and set off for the city stadium with his classmates. This year's national robotics competition was as crowded as ever. Students from various universities across the country brought their robots to the venue. This is the first time Chen Yang has participated in the robot competition. When he received the number plate, he couldn't restrain himself and became nervous. A total of 50 teams participated in the competition this time, and their team received the number 28. Chen Yang, what are you nervous about? You have to believe in our strength, this time we will definitely get the first place. Chen Yang nodded, but somehow, at this time, he suddenly remembered the robot made by the up master he had seen. If what he said is true, take the robot named Patriot 1 to participate in the competition, and he will definitely get the first place. However, the technology displayed by the up master has surpassed the existing technology. Although some areas are indeed feasible, most of the functions cannot be achieved with current science and technology. In other words, the so-called Patriot robot cannot be manufactured. Chen Yang thought about it this way, feeling that his recent pressure was a bit too great, otherwise, how could he think of these inexplicable things at this time? However, in the video that Chen Yang did not watch, after installing the arc reactor, the host of UP briefly showed the main performance of Patriot 1, and then at the end of the video, he stated that he would participate in the national robot competition held by the University of Science and Technology. Hope has accumulated a large number of fans in 5 months. When he said he was going to participate in the national robot competition, most of the fans didn't believe it. After all, expectation is the recognized special effects boss. His videos are showing off his superb special effects technology to participate in the robot competition. What to take? Green screen? They are robot competitions, not special effects competitions. The barrage is the laughter of the blockbuster ha ha ha, and some people ask the up master to calm down, don't think that your special effects are awesome, you feel that you have really made such an awesome robot. The special effects are so good that the boss who has fooled him is also cute. However, there are fans who think that the expectation is really the boss who makes robots. They decided to watch the robot contest live broadcast, wanting to see the boss with his Patriot number 1 robot. Some fans saw that they were serious, so they went with the idea of watching the show. They wanted to see how this special effects boss would show his Patriot number 1 robot. Can't really bring a green screen together, right? For this reason, this originally unpopular TV show became more lively than ever before, which also caused the staff of the program team to feel hallucinations in their eyes. They are a very popular show, right? What's the matter with this rising ratings? However, these circumstances did not affect the progress of the game, and a team of teams methodically went up to the stage to show off the robots they designed. The game progressed very quickly, and it didn't take a while to reach the 25th. Chen Yang and his team saw the robots displayed by the people in front, and they felt that their team was stable this time. The performance of the previous robots is not as good as ours. This time we will definitely win the championship. 300,000, I have almost 70,000 points without everyone's points. The money is still secondary, but the credits are real. Several other people began to discuss how they would celebrate after they won the prize, but Chen Yang felt a little uneasy in his heart. He is not as optimistic as his few companions, he always feels that something is about to happen. The next player to play is number 26, Qi Wang. The robot he showed is Patriot No. 1. After hearing this familiar name, Chen Yang's eyes instantly widened. Then he saw a very familiar robot descend from the sky and land on the stage. Patriot 1 debut. Chen Ming never thought that the special effects he saw on the video would show up in front of him one day. The smooth body lines, the dazzling red body, and the arc reactor embedded in the chest of the robot all prove that the Patriot 1 robot in front of us is him in the video, the one I saw. But how is this possible? Said good special effects are made. All of this in front of me will not be 3D naked eye special effects, right? Chen Yang was stunned, and his friends who were still confident that they would win the robot contest were also stunned. What is this? It just fell directly from the sky, right? This robot can actually fly. From the moment the Patriot 1 fell from the sky, the participating teams on the field knew that they had lost. The host on the stage was also confused, but his good professionalism made him react quickly. After a few praises, he asked the man in a suit standing on the side to introduce the function of this robot. Previously, everyone's attention was attracted by this amazing robot, and did not notice the man in suit on stage. It was not until the host introduced him that everyone paid attention. Put it on the gentleman in a suit man wearing a pair of gold-rimmed glasses. He is the producer of the Patriot 1, and I feel sorry. Qi Wang is very handsome, and his overall temperament does not look like an ordinary person, but even if it is well maintained, everyone can tell that he is no longer a young man. He really made such a cool robot? This is the voice of most people at the scene. However, those fans who were watching the live broadcast saw the Patriot 1 falling from the sky, as if they had seen some large magical scene. No, what about a good special effects boss? What about the good special effects cutout? Where is the green screen? Where is the little green man? Could the Patriot 1 really be the one made under their noses? The fans are messed up. Some people don't know what Qi Wang has done, but when they see Qi Wang on the TV screen, they feel a little familiar. This person seems to have seen him somewhere, but for a moment they can't remember where they have seen Qi Wang. Qi Wang didn't know what these people were thinking, he started to introduce his robot very calmly. This is Patriot 1, a bodyguard robot with a flying system. Qi Wang said lightly, Patriot 1, activate the flight system. Patriot 1, which was originally standing upright, rose into the air, flew around the stadium, and finally fell back to Qi Wang. Host. Everyone present. Qi Wang continued, if the energy is sufficient, the maximum speed of the Patriot 1 can be as good as that of a fighter. However, in normal use, the speed can be limited to 120 yards per hour. Patriot 1 is equipped with a weapon system. According to Chi Wang's words, the Patriot 1's weapon system was activated, and rows of ammunition protruded from the shoulders and aimed at the players in the audience. Other contestants. When the host saw this, he almost fainted and hurriedly shouted, "Mr. Chi, don't be impulsive. Is this person a terrorist? If he launched a terrorist attack here, it would be bad." Chi Wang turned his head to look at the host. Seeing that his nervous sweat has fallen, Chi Wang blinked, and said slightly speechlessly, "According to national laws, private use is not allowed. For weapons of mass destruction, only models are loaded in the weapon system." Chi Wang said, shutting down the weapon system of Patriot 1. The host wiped a handful of sweat and felt that his legs were frightened. What makes the weapon models so realistic? The players in the audience are already so dumbfounded. They were so scared that their souls almost flew away, and now they say they are just models? This joke is not funny at all. Everyone thought that Chi Wang's demonstration was over, but at this moment, Chi Wang walked up to Patriot 1 and stood in front of it with open arms. At this time, the players in the audience realized that the size of the Patriot number 1 made by Chi Wang was very different from him. However, did he come over and make this gesture to pretend to be X? As I said, Patriot 1 is a bodyguard robot, so its main function is the self-protection system. Patriot 1, activate the self-protection system. Along with Chi Wang's voice, Patriot 1 made a faint clicking sound, and its body opened completely, swallowing Chi Wang in, and then the body was closed and turned back into Patriot 1. When you saw this sci-fi movie-like scene actually performed in front of you, everyone who saw this scene was dumbfounded, and there was no sound in the huge stadium. In this silence, the voice of grief came from the body of Patriot 1. After the self-protection system is activated, both the flight system and the weapon system can be used. The energy loaded on the Patriot 1 is enough to allow the user to fly at a speed of 250 meters per second for 10 minutes. When you are surrounded by people and want to escape, you can use this feature. Of course, if the user does not want to escape, he can choose to face the enemy head-on. Patriot 1 can withstand the impact of a sports car running at high speed, unless the opponent drives a fighter jet to hit you. Otherwise, those protected by Patriot 1 will not be harmed in any way. In other words, if others can't hurt you, you can stand in place and hold back your enemies so as to wait for the police to arrive. However, because the robot is too powerful, it is not recommended take the initiative to attack, otherwise there will be casualties. Everyone understands what Chi Wang says, but when these words are put together, everyone thinks that there may be a problem in their brains. Otherwise, how can they not understand what Chi Wang means? Is this a bodyguard robot? This is a war machine, right? After recovering from the initial shock, everyone was skeptical about what Chi Wang said. Leaving aside, 250 seconds per second quickly caught up with the speed of a fighter jet. At that speed, how can the human body be able to withstand it? The discussion in the audience is getting louder and louder, and they feel that Chi Wang's words are too exaggerated. The current level of technology is simply not up to the point Chi Wang said. How can this robot do it? It must be a gimmick made by Chi Wang. However, it seems that everyone's distrust was sensed. After everyone blinked, the Patriot 1 who was standing on the stage suddenly disappeared. A few seconds later, everyone heard the roar from above their heads. Before they raised their heads, the Patriot 1 had once again landed from the sky and landed on the stage. Contestants. The facts are in front of them, and they are not allowed to believe it. The Patriot 1 can really fly with people. In order to prove the defense of Patriot 1, Chi Wang brought a car over, and the driverless car smashed into the expectation of being wrapped in Patriot 1. The car crashed directly, but even the paint on Patriot 1 did not fall off. This experiment confirms what Chi Wang said. He did not lie, the Patriot 1's defense power is indeed extremely high, and according to the calculations of the contestants on the spot, the defense power of this robot is probably even higher than what Chi Wang said. After all, when the car crashed, the Patriot One's body did not even leave the place under the impact of such a big impact. This defense force was comparable to that of a tank. Chi Wang quickly finished all the demonstrations, accompanied by a sound of ka-ka-ka. Patriot One's body opened, and Chi Wang walked out of it. The complexion of Chi Wang coming out of the robot is very good, even the hairstyle is exactly the same as when he entered. After experiencing high-speed flight and high-speed impact, his body did not suffer any damage. This is my Patriot One, a bodyguard robot. The introduction is complete. After saying these words, Chi Wang bowed and exited. Patriot One followed him and walked off the stage. Chi Wang's presentation is over, and now it's the other people's turn. After stepping down, under the leadership of the staff, Chi Wang brought his Patriot One to the robot display area. After the game, the stadium is open to spectators. You can buy tickets to enter the stadium and take photos with your favorite robots. This national robot competition was broadcast live on TV. After seeing the robots displayed by Chi Wang, many fans in this city were overwhelmed with excitement. Depart for the city stadium. The owner of Up is really a big boss. It turns out that everything he said in the video is true. The special effects boss and the robot boss are completely different things, plus many people chasing all the videos of Chi Wang from beginning to end. They have witnessed the birth of Patriot One step by step. The robots with special effects actually appeared. How could they stand up to their excitement? Others who have not watched the video were also attracted by the feature of Patriot One, and rushed to the city stadium. After Chen Yang and the others showed off the robot, Chi Wang's booth was surrounded by people. In this robot contest, Chi Wang's Patriot number 1 is the leader. Compared with Chi Wang's robots, robots made by others are just like children's toys. There is no way to compare. All the audience gathered in front of Chi Wang's booth, and the other contestants also dropped their robots and ran to Chi Wang's booth. Since they have come to participate in the national robot competition, they also have 2 brushes. A robot of the level of Patriot One may not be able to be made by them for another 10 years. They just came to think, learn from the experience and see if you can learn something. After all, it looks like a big boss of the level of sorrow, but that is beyond expectation. Mr. Chi, I am your fan, can I touch Patriot One? Mr. Chi, I really admire you too much. May I touch your hand? Mr. Chi, Mr. Chi. The people in the audience are hustling, and they all want to get in front of them. At this moment, a slightly sharp voice suddenly came from the crowd. Well, aren't you Chi Wang, the former president of the Chi Group? At the time, the news of the change of ownership of the Chi Group was a big deal, and the headlines of many newspapers reported this incident. Chi Wang is a myth in the business world. He created a huge business empire in one hand. In just 20 years, he developed the Chi Group from a midstream enterprise into a giant. He created several of the projects have even been used as classic cases of business management to teach students. The name Chi Wang is no stranger to students in the Department of Finance and Economics. The person who recognized Chi Wang is a student of the Department of Finance and Economics, and he is also a fan who was attracted by the special effects videos on Station B. When I saw Chi Wang on TV before, the boy named Bai Hua did not associate Chi Wang, who calmly showed his robot performance, with the former president of the Chi Group. However, he was attracted to when he rushed to the stadium and wanted to see the legendary robot Patriot One with his own eyes. He realized that the man standing next to Patriot One was the man he used to be. The former male and the current male are actually the same person. The financial bosses and special effects bosses he liked before, as well as the current robot bosses, are all sad. The star chasing it all turned out to be the same person. The white birch seemed to be hit by a huge pie that fell from the sky. In ecstasy, he couldn't help but smashed Chi Wang's identity. White birch's voice was a bit loud, and after the voice roared out, he suppressed the voices of the people around him. After hearing this, all the onlookers were stunned. Wait a minute, isn't this the robot boss? What the is the group president? If a group president doesn't manage the company well, what do you do to participate in this robot competition? Many people suspect that Baihua has admitted the wrong person. After all, no one can believe what kind of group president Chi Wang will be who can make a high-tech robot comparable to the high-tech robot shown in the movie. These are exactly two circles. However, Chi Wang generously admitted his identity. You are right. I am the former president of the Chi group, but I am just an ordinary person now. Onlookers. The big guys who can make this kind of robot say that they are ordinary people. Then what are they, paramecium? When everyone was in a state of ignorance, the next contestant who had been watching the Patriot No. 1 Robot Weekly asked, Mr. Chi, why would you suddenly think get up to be a robot? From the group president to the robot boss, this span is too big? Chi Mao hooked the corner of his mouth, and a faint smile appeared on his face. It's probably because of love. Onlookers. Is there something wrong with their ears? However, with this contestant taking the lead, everyone's attention was drawn back to the Patriot No. 1 produced by Chi Wang. After all, the identity of the group president is not the focus of their attention. What I want to know is information about Patriot 1. With the previous student taking the lead, after everyone discovered that Chi Wang was a good talker, they asked about what they wanted to know. Mr. Chi, is your robot inspired by the armor used by the steelman? As you can see, yes. Mr. Chi, did you really make this robot by yourself? How could you do this? I personally produced it. As for the production process, the video published on Station B has clearly shown, but at that time everyone obviously didn't believe it. Many of the spectators who came here to visit Patriot 1 were expected fans, and they all could prove that the Patriot 1 was made by Chi Wang himself. However, although they saw the real thing, the expressions on everyone's faces were still a bit trance. Patriot 1 is actually real, but how is that possible? However, what they thought was impossible was placed in front of them so truly, they even touched the cold skin of Patriot 1 with their hands. Eyes can deceive, but the touch on their hands can't deceive, right? Chen Ming spent a lot of energy before he squeezed in front of Chi Wang. He looked up at Chi Wang, who was a head higher than himself, and asked the doubts he had buried in his heart. Does it really need 10 million to make the No. 1 country? Chi Wang looked at the young man and nodded at him. This is the first time I have made a robot. There are not many things to refer to, plus the materials that failed and damaged, it is almost 10 million. When Chi Wang personally confirmed it, the audience took a breath. Ago 1 is actually worth 10 million? This is too expensive. However, someone soon reacted, Patriot 1 is not an ordinary robot. Chi Wang also said, this robot is made based on the Steel Man's armor. Think about the movie, the combat effectiveness shown by the armor in the middle, if it can be mass-produced. After figuring this out, everyone's eyes looked at Chi Wang changed. Big guys are worthy of being big guys. How about such a special effects blockbuster in Country M? It's true that Chi Wang has a perfect production. There were more and more onlookers in front of the booth where Chi Wang was located. After the competition, Chi Wang won the first place in this robot competition without any suspense. In front of Patriot 1, all the other robots were crushed into slag, and the first place deserved it. After the game, Chi Wang returned to Yanjing City with his Patriot 1. Shortly after his return, an unexpected person came to him. When Chi Wang opened the door and saw Bai Kaihujiang standing outside, he couldn't help but raised his brows. Unexpectedly, Bai Kaihujiang would be the first person to come here. When Chi Wang divorced Chi Kaihuyu, Bai Kaihujiang often came to look for him. Later, Chi Zi slowly took control of the Chi group and secured his position as CEO. Bai Kaihujiang came to him. Time is getting less and less, and Bai Kaihujiang hasn't even shown his face in the last 2 months. Chi Wang counted the time, and it was time for Bai Kaihujiang to come to him. Presumably at this time the Chi group has been in trouble, otherwise, how can the complacent Bai Kaihujiang think of his former president? Kaihujiang, here you are. Qi Wang stepped aside and signaled Bai Kaihujiang to come in. This is a room rented by Qi Wang. Compared with Qi splendid villa, this place is too shabby and shabby. Bai Kaihujiang sat on the old sofa and looked at the instant coffee that Qi Wang brought up. He only felt that Qi Wang was very pitiful. If it weren't for Qi to fiddle, he could have been very comfortable with that 10 million yuan. Like this kind of instant coffee, even ordinary employees of the Qi group would not drink it. Now Qi Wang can drink without changing his face. It seems that Qi Wang's life is even harder than he imagined. This time he came to help him. Thinking about this, Bai Kaihujiang also relaxes a lot. Guide to the Abuse of Scum at Full Level Cookware. Guide to the Abuse of Scum at Full Level Cookware. The cheap flavor of instant coffee caused Bai Kaihujiang a headache. He didn't drink it, and put the cup on the clean but stale coffee table in front of him by talking. Mr. Qi, I came to you because of something I want you to help. Without waiting for Bai Kaihujiang to finish, Qi Wang interrupted him. I have left the Qi group, you can call me Qi Wang, and forget the title of President Qi. Bai Kaihujiang smiled awkwardly. I'm sorry, President Qi, no, it's Brother Wang. Brother Wang, my name is Shunzui, and I can't change it for a while, don't worry about me. Qi Wang did not answer his words, but drank steaming coffee slowly. Drinking instant coffee for so long, he has become accustomed to the taste, let alone, compared to those Italian hand mills coffee or something, the taste of instant coffee for $1 in a bag is not much worse. I drank too much, and the aroma of coffee remained between my lips and teeth. Seeing that Qi Wei did not speak, Bai Kaihujiang frowned slightly, but soon he adjusted his emotions again and said what he hadn't said before. Brother Wang, it's like this, Azeta. Bai Kaihujiang said that a few months ago, Qi Zi invested in several projects that had problems. The resort and villa areas were forced to suspend construction, and the newly opened smartphone project could not continue. As the project progresses, the project is suspended, but the money will continue to be invested. However, in just 2 months, the loss of the Qi group is as high as several hundred million. Brother Wang, you decided to invest in those projects before. I want to ask if you have any solutions. Bai Kaihujiang's attitude was very calm, and he did not feel that he had any questions about asking Qi Wang. In his opinion, Qi Wang is obsessed with Qi Kaihuyu, and he loves the child Qi Zi very much. The Qi group is even more of his hard work, and he will not be willing to have problems with the Qi group. Of Qi Wang. He is really willing, the Qi group has no relationship with him, and Qi Zi has nothing to do with him, so what is he reluctant to bear? Bai Kaihujiang should be the one who is reluctant. Bai Kaihujiang's words have only one meaning. There are problems with several projects decided by Qi Zi, and I hope that Qi will help him solve them. Qi Wang put the empty cup on the coffee table, and then said, since I want my help, why didn't Qi Zi come over? Bai Qiuzhang Yuan thought that after he had said that the company was in trouble and Qi Zi was unsure, Qi Wang would immediately propose a solution. After all, the plans for the projects that Qi Zi decided on were all Qi Wang himself. Before that, Qi Wang had done a lot of investigations. If it were him, he would definitely come up with a solution. Now Qi Wang actually asked him why Qi Zi didn't come? Isn't this nonsense? How could the big president of a listed group come to live in such an old and broken community? Isn't this a drop in price? However, it is impossible for Bai Kaihujiang to say these words to Qi Wang. He found an excuse and said, there are a lot of things in the company, and A's can't spare time, but it's not important, Brother Wang, how do you think these things can be solved? If you don't deal with them as soon as possible, the company's losses will be great. Although our Qi group has a big business, although it will not hurt the bones, we can also avoid this unnecessary loss. Am I right? I have to say that Bai Kaihujiang is still very good at coaxing people. He persuades Qi Wang with emotion and reason. If it is the original owner who doesn't know anything, I guess he'll really fall in love with him. That's right, help out with an idea and find a way. In the original timeline, Bai Kaihujiang also found the original owner. That time the original owner helped, and Qi Ziyi also managed to get through that with Qi Wang's help. In the face of a crisis, he firmly secured his position as the president of the Qi group. However, Qi Wang felt that he was not a fool, and he asked for help without showing up. Does he really think he is a dedicated father? Qi Wang smiled and interrupted Bai Kaihujiang. Children need to be tempered to grow up. When I first took over the Qi family, didn't I also suffer a lot of losses? Qi Ziyi can get up after a few drops. Those projects can lose several billions at most, which is nothing to the Qi group. Seeing that Qi Wang had exposed the matter so lightly, Bai Kaihujiang was so angry that he vomited blood. Isn't it a big deal to lose billions? Qi Wang's tone is really big. Does he think he is still the omnipotent president of the Qi group? Brother Wang. Qi Wang waved his hand and interrupted Bai Kaihujiang's words. As if he was conjure, he took out a plan from under the coffee table and placed it in front of Bai Kaihujiang. Turning to Bai Kaihujiang, he said enthusiastically, Kaihujiang, let's put aside the Qi group's affairs. Let's talk about my affairs. I want to start a company whose main business is smart chips, smartphones. Speaking of his own plan, Qi Menfei was eloquent. In his description, according to his plan, the company can make a profit once invested. 1 year after that, it can reach the top of the industry, and after 2 years, it can be exported abroad and become a Fortune 500 in the world. Kaihujiang, I treat you as my good buddy. I will never forget you if there are good things. I have some money on hand, but I still lack some money. Then, don't you still have some money? You invest in my company and I will give you 30% of the shares. Can you do it? To be honest, Qi Wang's plan is very attractive. If he were still the president of the Qi group, Bai Kaihujiang would certainly not hesitate to buy a share. But now Qi Wang is just a poor middle-aged man. The most important thing for this kind of high-tech company is technology, and the research and development of a technology can take as little as a few months, as long as 3 to 5 years. When no results are produced, money will be burned every day, and the salary of those high-tech talents is a lot of expenditure. Their company as large as the Qi group cannot support the entry of this industry. Why does Qi Wang think can it succeed? With his patriot one who looks like a joke? If this money was given to Qi Wang, it would be a trick. With Bai Kaihujiang's shrewdness, how could he agree? Unexpectedly, this time I came here. The solution to the problem was not available. Instead, I was entangled by Qi Wang. Bai Kaihujiang's heart was full of impatience, and he was prevaricated by Qi Wang. Later, he found an excuse to leave Qi Wang's house. Will continue to stay, he will definitely be entangled by Qi Wang so much that he can't take out a sum of money. Sure enough, people are poor and short-sighted. If they used to be unhappy, it is absolutely impossible to ask him for money. After leaving the community where Qi Wang's home is located, Bai Kaihujiang directly called Qi Kaihuyu and told Qi Kaihuyu the matter. I will find a way. Qi Kaihuyu hung up the phone after only one sentence. Bai Kaihujiang glanced at the dilapidated community outside the car window, stepped on the accelerator, and drove away from this place. Shortly after Bai Kaihujiang left, Qi Wang graciously put away his plan. He had already given Bai Kaihujiang the opportunity, but he refused to accept it. It seems that he called him elder brother one by one, saying that he would always believe in him and his subordinates would not trust him much. The opportunity to make a fortune was passed to Bai Kaihujiang, and he refused to accept it. That's no reason for him. Qi Wang graciously put away his plan, cleaned the 2 coffee cups, and just put it in the cupboard. His phone rang again. This call is from Chi Kaihuyu. Speaking of calling them after their divorce, Chi Kaihuyu has never contacted him, and now suddenly calling him, it is probably because of Chi Zi's business. Chi Wang smiled and answered the phone. Hello. The breathing on the other end of the phone suddenly became heavier. After a long time, Chi Kaihuyu's voice came over from the other end of the phone. Chi Wang, why are you willing to help Ace? He is your child. If you are willing to help him, he won't be as difficult as it is now. You don't know. How difficult are the people on the board? Azawa is still young, he can't stand it. Listening to the people on the other end of the phone are selling badly and playing emotional cards, Chi Wang's heart is not fluctuating, and he even wants to laugh a little. It seems that his acting skills are good. Chi Kaihuyu probably thinks he is the one who is stubborn and willing to give everything for her, otherwise he would not say such a thing. Emotion was originally the purest thing in the world, but now it is used as a bargaining chip for profit. How sad and ridiculous! Chi Wang interrupted Chi Kaihuyu's words and said in a painful tone that was completely inconsistent with his expression, Kaihuyu, I know you hurt your child, but people only know that it hurts after falling, and will make mistakes. Chi Zi has always been smooth, and it is good for him to fall. Now he plays the perfect role of an old father who is dedicated to his son. With such a perfect acting skills, Chi Kaihuyu will never see a fake. Sure enough, Chi Kaihuyu couldn't listen to Chi Wang's words at all, so she said on her own, Chi Wang, if you help Ace, our affairs still have room for change. This is to imply that as long as he is willing to help Chi Zi, they can remarry. Chi Wang felt that in Chi Kaihuyu and Bai Kaihujiang's hearts, he was definitely a total taker. Otherwise, how could the two of them be so arrogant? Does he look like a fool? Chu Yu, if you give me 200 million, I will help you. Chi Wang repeated the project he had just told Bai Kaihujiang about. In fact, he is not looking for Chi Kaihuyu for money, he just wants to take her to make a fortune, but Chi Kaihuyu obviously misunderstood Chi Wang's meaning, and Chi Wang hasn't finished talking about himself. Chi Kaihuyu has already hung up the phone without mercy. These people are really ignorant, they deserve to be unable to make a fortune. Chi Wang shook his head, and after some emotion, got up and changed his clothes and went out. Chi Wang went to Aoki University, his alma mater. Before, Chi Wang sent his research topics to the tutor who had brought him, and the other party asked him to meet at the school. Chi Wang soon came to the laboratory where the instructor was located. When the door opened, he saw a room of special police with live ammunition. Chi Wang. It seems to be faster than he thought. In 2008, the internet has not been as developed as it was later, whether it is the upmaster of the fire at Station B or the Patriot one who turned out in the robot competition, they are only in a small area. It's just hot, more people don't know what Chi Wang has done, or what it means. Every year, there will be some so-called scientists researching and inventing something that transcends the times. When we finally investigate, we find that those are either invented by predecessors, or some grandstanding waste. Over time, this kind of folk explosion has not been paid attention to by the government. Chi Wang clearly knows this too, so after winning the championship in the national robot competition, he contacted his tutor Yang Qingming when he was in school, and put together several papers he wrote, as well as Patriotic the arc reactor, the core power source of ZHE-1, was sent to Yang Qingming. 25 years later, Yang Qingming has become an academician, but he has not left Aoki University and still teaches in the school. Yang Qingming was a little surprised when he received what Chi Wang sent. However, Chi Wang was once his most proud student. Naturally, Yang Qingming had not forgotten Chi Wang. If it weren't for him, suddenly if you go into business, your current achievements are definitely higher than him. Since Chi Wang joined the Chi group, the two have not been in contact for 20 years, and now he suddenly sent himself a courier. Yang Qingming did not think of anything else and opened the courier. Looked at it. After that, Yang Qingming contacted the relevant state departments. After learning about Qi Wang's research results, the relevant state departments sent people to Yang Qingming to have a good talk with Qi Wang. Talk. That's why Qi Wang opened the door and saw a room of special police with live ammunition. After seeing Qi Wang, Yang Qingming stood up excitedly. He walked towards Qi Wang quickly and hugged Qi Wang with open arms. Good boy, I know you are a good boy, you are great, really great. Yang Qingming became incoherent with excitement. After reading the papers and research materials written by Qi Wang after the arc reactor, Yang Qingming knew the value of these things, if they could be mass-produced. Their country's science and technology will directly take a big step forward. 20 years ago, Qi Wang suddenly dropped out of school to do business before he was about to get his master's degree. Although Yang Qingming felt sorry, he did not feel too much. After all, everyone has different choices, although it is a pity. A talented student went to business, but he didn't keep it too much. However, 20 years later, when Qi Wang appeared in front of him with a brand new technology, Yang Qingming felt completely different from the past. The past 2 decades have completely wasted his talent. If he has been researching in this field, how many things can he invent and make? Qi Wang, come here, let me introduce you. This is Zhang Liang, who belongs to the Ministry of National Security. He is the captain of the Special Security Forces. Yang Qingming sent the information provided by Qi Wang and the arc reaction furnace to the Ministry of National Security, and Zhang Liang was sent by the leader to take Qi Wang to the research institute. Before they came, Qi Wang's information had been placed on the desktop of the upper-level leaders. They had also seen the production process of Patriot 1 and the final display screen, and confirmed after the value of Patriot 1, Zhang Liang and the others were sent out. They were supposed to go directly to Qi Wang, but they came to Yang Qingming's laboratory after learning that Qi Wang and Yang Qingming had an appointment. Yang Qingming said that Qi Wang will bring Patriot 1 today. After Yang Qingming gave an introduction, Zhang Liang took a step forward and shook hands with Qi Wang. At the same time, he was also calmly looking at Qi Wang. Well, didn't you say that he will bring Patriot 1? Are you coming here empty-handed now? Thinking about this, Zhang Liang asked his doubts. Mr. Qi, didn't you say that you will bring Patriot 1? Qi Wang nodded and said, I have brought it. Zhang Liang's eyes widened, and he subconsciously looked behind Qi Wang. Qi Wang's back is empty and there is nothing. Is it possible that Patriot 1 has the function of invisibility? Zhang Liang couldn't help asking his doubts. Qi Wang pushed his eyes and took out a palm-high model from his pocket. Patriot 1 is here. Zhang Liang. Yang Qingming. Qi Wang is crazy, this thing is just a model figure, is it related to the Patriot 1? The expression on Yang Qingming's face was a bit difficult to express, and only after a long time did he say, Qi Wang, are you kidding? Stop it, since you came to me, you obviously understand the importance of this matter. Sex, this technology of yours has already attracted the attention of the country, you should hurry up and take out the Patriot 1. Qi Wang pushed his eyes, and said seriously, I never lie, this is Patriot 1. Qi Wang said, placing the model in his hand on the ground, and then he tapped a little on his wrist. The model that was originally only the size of an adult's palm instantly became a person's height. Wait a minute, what did they see? Is this a movie special effect? A scene completely unreasonable to science was staged in front of everyone, and the people in the room were all stunned. Are you kidding? Or are they dreaming? How is this possible? However, Qi Wang's voice brought back the thoughts that were about to be shattered. As a bodyguard robot, I found that the Patriot 1 is inconvenient to carry. Later, I discovered a kind of tiny atom. After extracting it, it can reduce the volume of the object. In the above, it is possible to reduce the object to the size of an atom, but with my technology, it can only be reduced to this size at present, and after the restoration, it may cause damage to the object. It seems that in order to confirm Qi Wang's words, before his words fell, Patriot One's hand snapped to the ground. Qi Wang bent down very naturally and picked up Patriot One's hand. Here, just like this kind of tiny atom is not stable. There will be some errors in the process of zooming in and out. I am now working hard to find a way to solve this problem. Yudao is for the outsider to watch the excitement, and the insider to watch the doorway. Special police like Zhang Liang didn't know much about the scientific research field. After seeing Qi Wang's operation, they were all shocked. What kind of magical technology is this? If they hadn't seen it with their own eyes, they would definitely think that Qi Wang was doing magic. However, after Yang Qingming saw Qi Wang's technique, his whole body was shaking with excitement. Not to mention the previous Patriot One, with this technique of making objects larger and smaller, Qi Wang has raised the tree of science and technology by a large margin. Qi Wang, follow me to the Ministry of National Security, we will go now. Yang Qingming said, taking Qi Wang's hand and walking out the door. This is a big baby. In the end, Zhang Liang stopped Yang Qingming, who was too excited, and let him stay calm. The technology shown by Qi Wang has completely exceeded their imagination, so now these protectors are not enough. Zhang Liang contacted people from the Ministry of National Security and reported the information here. After receiving the report from Zhang Liang, the leaders of the Ministry of National Security became more aware of the importance of Qi Wang, and soon sent a company of people over. When a car with a military license drove into Aoki University, the students of Aoki University were quite calm. After all, their school is the top school in China. Almost every year there are 1 or 2 enchanting characters. It is common for a car with a military license to enter the school to pick up people. I just don't know which evildoer was picked up this time. Everyone just talked a little bit, and then went back to their own study. Qi Wang followed Yang Qingming and the others to the station of the Ministry of National Security and met many scientific researchers. The technology for extracting tiny atoms was handed over. In Qi Wang's own words, this kind of technology is not of much use in his hands. Contributing to the country is what a citizen of the country should do. Qi Wang's remarks made the upper-level leaders' perception of him to a higher level. It is rare for him to have such a high level of consciousness. Because of the 2 technologies provided by Qi Wang, the Ministry of National Security would like to recruit him specially. Judging from the 2 technologies he took out, Qi Wang is undoubtedly a genius. Even if he is 45 years old this year, everyone believes that he can definitely research more things to come. However, when the leaders of the Ministry of National Security said that he would be recruited specially, Qi Wang did not agree. Being able to enter the Ministry of National Security, this is an opportunity that many people cannot ask for. How can Qi Wang still disagree? The people above are not good at pushing him, and want to know why he doesn't want to join, so Yang Qingming, who has friendship with Qi Wang, asks Qi Wang to see why he doesn't want to join the Ministry of National Security. Didn't he just say that serving the country is the obligation of a national citizen? Why did he stop doing it when he was really asked to do it? Yang Qingming sat opposite Qi Wang and asked his doubts. In such a short time, Yang Qingming has already figured out what happened to Qi Wang. He does not understand why Qi Wang, who has nothing, refused to join the Ministry of State Security. If you don't join the Ministry of National Security, what else can you do if you have nothing? Qi Wang pushed his glasses, looked up at Yang Qingming, who was sitting opposite, said with a serious face, "As far as I know, the salary of researchers working here is not high. I want to get a large amount of funds in a short time." Yang Qingming was stunned, and subconsciously asked, "What do you want so much money for?" Although the salary of the researchers of the Ministry of National Security is not high, the salary is good, and the status are completely unmatched in other industries. What is he thinking? Qi Wang, I want to start a company, a larger company than the Qi Group. Yang Qingming. How much does he want to start a company? To start a company at the age of 25, and start a company at the age of 45. Does he want to be president so much? Yang Qingming thought about various reasons. Maybe Qi Huang felt that he could not keep up with his energy when he was old, or he felt that his academic qualifications were not enough, and he stayed at the Ministry of National Security Council where the talents are gathered. Uncomfortable, he even thought that Qi Huang felt that he was exhausted and could no longer develop new technologies, so he refused to stay. However, even though Yang Qingming wanted to break his head, he never thought that the reason why Qi Huang did not join the Ministry of National Security was because he wanted to start a company as president. Isn't it enough to be president for 20 years? As for being so obsessed? However, Qi Huang was obviously determined to become president. No matter what Yang Qingming said, he would not let it go. He focused on raising funds and created a business empire from scratch. Yang Qingming believes that Qi Huang has this ability. After all, the giant Qi group is still there, but it is obvious that he can go to a better place to shine. Why must he become president? Anyone can be the president, but not everyone can do high-tech research and development. Looking at persuading Qi Huang, Yang Qingming was a little frustrated, and he told Qi Huang's answer to his superiors. It's not that he is eloquent, but Qi Huang has a deep love for the profession of domineering president. His family history is not here, and they submit all the scientific research results. They are not a black society, how can they force people to stay? After getting Yang Qingming's answer, the superiors decided to give a reply after discussion. Before that, he hoped that Qi Huang would not leave the institute. Qi Huang readily agreed, and after asking for a computer, he watched the video. It was lunchtime soon, and Zhang Liang brought a nutritious and balanced lunch into the room. Qi Huang is sitting on a computer chair and looking at things. From Zhang Liang's perspective, he can't see what Qi Huang is looking at. However, looking at Qi Huang's serious expression, Zhang Liang can't help but feel nervous. Maybe Qi Huang is looking at some research materials. Zhang Liang has been in the research institute for a long time, and he has protected a lot of researchers. He knows a little bit about them, such as these researchers. They must not be disturbed when looking at the materials, otherwise the words will disturb their inspiration, and maybe no new technology will be researched. Thinking about it this way, Zhang Liang's footsteps couldn't help but become lighter. He didn't speak, and gently placed the dinner plate on the table. Qi Huang didn't look at him, he still looked at the computer screen intently, and his brows became more frowning, as if he was bothered by something. Seeing him like this, Zhang Liang became more nervous, and when he was about to quit, he inadvertently glanced at the computer screen. Originally thought that there would be various formulas on the computer screen that Zhang Liang didn't recognize, but when he glanced at it, he found that the video was playing a battle video, an animated version. Robot Wars. Looking at the gorgeous explosion screen on the computer screen, although you can't hear the sound, you can still feel the intensity of the battle. However, did Qi Huang actually watch cartoons? It's just a cartoon. As for frowning and thinking, is it like thinking about something serious? Zhang Liang is a little messy, but he knows that most of the researchers have their own little hobbies, although he feels that Qi Zhou likes watching cartoons is a bit naive, but he didn't say much, and turned around ready to leave here. Just as Zhang Liang was about to leave, Qi Huang suddenly said, "Zhang Liang, you are a soldier, if you are given a mecha that is 100 meters high and weighs 80 tons. What kind of impact will this have on the battlefield?" Zhang Liang. He heard it right, right? Researchers from the Research Institute studied the information provided by Qi Huang throughout the night. According to the content of his information, the cost of making a Patriot number 1 is not high. This does not count high, compared with other weapons production. After in-depth research and analysis by these top researchers, they agreed that the hidden value of Patriot 1 far exceeds the value it exhibits. According to normal, some of the technologies used by Patriot 1 cannot be produced by current science and technology, but the existence of Patriot One makes these impossible possible. To sum up, Qi Huang is a rare genius in a century. If he stays, his country's science and technology will go further. Qi Huang's potential is endless, he will bring us more miracles. After integrating the opinions of all the research personnel of the institute, the upper-level leaders quickly made a decision they should stay in the Ministry of National Security at all costs. Don't you just want to start a company and become president? The country pays you to open it. After Qi Huang woke up the next day, Yang Qingming found him again and told Qi Huang the meaning of the leaders above. Qi Huang, if you are willing to join the Ministry of National Security, the country for starting a company will be covered. Since he agreed to let him start the company as president, there is nothing else to say, so he nodded, agreed to join the Ministry of National Security, and submitted the projects his company plans to operate. Although he wants to start a company as president, he is a good president with ability and responsibility, and he will never let the state capital lose money. After seeing the business projects and technology provided by Qi Huang, the leaders above became more confident. Qi Huang is really a big treasure, they can fully imagine how the products of Qi Huang will impact the market after the launch. This sale is a steady profit. When the state machinery intervenes, starting a company becomes a very simple matter. After Qi Huang handed over the company's projects and technologies, he was immersed in the laboratory and began to study without eating and sleeping. In the research institute, Qi Huang leads a life of isolation. He does not know what is happening outside. With the intervention of relevant state departments, the news about Patriot One was continuously suppressed. The video of Station B and the video of the original robot competition were quickly harmonized. Those who discussed patriotism #1 posts and everything have also been deleted. The people who knew Patriot One were keenly aware of something, and slowly they stopped discussing this matter. Because there is no picture and no truth, and some deliberate public opinion guidance from relevant parties, more people think that Patriot One is a special effects master's dazzling work. There are a lot of fresh content appearing on the internet every day, and netizens are the most forgetful group. Soon Patriot One and Qi Huang were forgotten. Get out of here. The luxuriously decorated office is already in a mess. Qi Zi has red eyes and beat everything he can see. The secretary just took ahead and was scolded by Qi Zi. Only Qi Zi is left in the huge office. He propped his hands on the table and was panting heavily in his mouth. At this time, he looked like a sleepy beast, where is there still a half-center president? How high-spirited Qi Zi was when he proposed those projects before, how embarrassed he is now. Think of the faces of those on the board just now, Qi Zi vomits to death. Before, they also praised him as a talented person, saying that the Qi group can definitely go to the next level under his control. Now he has only made a few mistakes, only a few tens of billions. Why is it so to him? To say that if Qi Huang is still there, today's things will not happen, and to say Qi Huang will not let the company fall into this situation. The president of the Qi group is Qi Zi. He is the heir of the Qi group. What is Qi Huang? Didn't he also make mistakes when he was young? Qi Huang can't do it perfectly, so why should he do it? When Qi Kaiyu came in, what he saw was this picture like a typhoon passing through the border. Didn't I let you get out? Who allowed you to come in? When he noticed someone coming in, Qi Zi was furious and picked up the pen holder on the table to smash it. Ace, what do you think you look like now? Is this how I educate you? Qi Kaiyu's words were like a basin of cold water pouring on his head. Qi Zi, who was about to fall into madness, calmed down. He looked up and saw Qi Kaiyu standing not far away. Qi Zi's eyes reddened and he almost cried. Mom! Qi Zi yelled aggrievedly, wanting Qi Kaiyu to coax himself. How can you know that Qi Kaiyu came to ask the teacher this time? Where is there any spare time to coax him? Ace, didn't your uncle Bai tell you? Ask you to withdraw funds from those projects? Why don't you listen? Since the last time Bai Kaihujiang and Qi Kaihuyu approached Qi Wang, and they failed to get him to help, the two decided to be indifferent for a period of time so that he could recognize his identity and wait until he calmed down completely, and they made their request again. Qi Kaihuyu never intervenes in the company's affairs, so she asked Bai Kaihujiang to tell Qi Ziyi that he would stop several projects at hand and wait for a while. I didn't know that today's shareholder meeting Qi Kaihuyu knew that Qi Ziyi didn't do what Bai Kaihujiang said, but injected funds into those projects, which originally lost several billions. But now it's a direct loss of tens of billions. How can Qi Ziyi be so confused? Although Qi Kaihuyu is the largest shareholder of the company, the combination of several other shareholders is also a big force, and she can't ignore their ideas. Fortunately, Qi Kaihuyu did not mention Bai Kaihujiang. Whenever Bai Kaihujiang was mentioned, Qi Ziyi immediately exploded. Don't mention that guy to me, Mom. Bai Kaihujiang is Qi Wang's confidant, how can you believe him? He has been with Qi Wang for so many years, how can he treat me wholeheartedly? He is deliberate hurt me. Qi Ziyi finally took the position of president. Where can people point fingers at him? Bai Kaihujiang is a Qi Wang, and he is not qualified to point fingers at him. Qi Kaihuyu was almost fainted by Qi Ziyi. This prodigal son, what does he know? Bai Kaihujiang is his own father, how could it hurt him?